Pleasure, emotion, dream. Welcome to the world of chocolate. A world in which men and women work with passion to obtain quality products. But in fact, do you know how chocolate is made? Our adventure begins in Switzerland, at Courtelary in the Bernese Jura. It's here that the family business Camille Bloch is located. To make good chocolate, cocoa beans are necessary. The managers of Camille Bloch regularly visit countries that cultivate the raw materials, and it's to Ghana that Ragusa and Torino, two Camille Bloch employees, are going to discover the journey from bean to chocolate. At Kumasi Airport, in the centre of Ghana, Ragusa and Torino are welcomed by one of the people who work with Fred, the person in charge of providing Camille Bloch's supplier with cocoa. Fred's mission is to maintain a good relationship with the cocoa producers and secure their loyalty.
La plus grande partie de notre cacao provient du Ghana. Nous connaissons nos fournisseurs, nos agriculteurs sur place et nous leur rendons visite régulièrement. Nous nous engageons à payer un prix qui permet une vie correcte et d'améliorer constamment la qualité sur le long terme.
It should be noted that in Ghana, the production of cocoa and the prices paid to farmers are entirely state-controlled. These prices depend on the prices of cocoa on the world markets. In Ghana, cocoa is cultivated in remote areas which often have no tarmacked roads. Here we are at a cocoa plantation, and it is on the trunk of this tree that the fruits grow throughout the year.
Nous avons eu l'occasion de visiter une plantation de cacao pendant la récolte principale au mois de décembre. Et c'était impressionnant de voir tous les travaux sur le terrain. On s'est rendu compte que les paysans travaillent vraiment en équipe. Ils travaillent ensemble au moment de la récolte, par exemple lorsqu'ils ouvrent les cabosses.
The fruit of the cocoa tree is called the pod and contains between 20 and 50 cocoa beans. There are two types of harvests. The main one takes place from October to December, with beautiful plump beans following the rainy season. Then there is the secondary harvest from January to September, with smaller beans. Once extracted, the beans are piled and covered with banana leaves. It takes between 6 and 8 days for them to ferment, a key stage because it's during fermentation that all the aromas of the beans, which are precious to the taste of the chocolate, start to develop. After fermentation, the beans leave the plantation and are transported to the village. They are then poured onto bamboo tables to be dried. To make sure that the drying is even, the beans are turned.
L'accueil au village était très sympathique. On nous a même fait goûter des plats typiques, assez épicés d'ailleurs. Et on voit que ce sont des gens fiers de leur terre et fiers de leur travail.
After 4 to 5 days, the drying is complete, ensuring a residual moisture level of 7%. At this time, the beans are put into sacks to be delivered to a warehouse in the village. But the philosophy of this family business also involves helping and developing partner countries like Ghana through different projects there.
Nous profitons de nos voyages au Ghana pour parler avec les paysans et pour les remercier pour le cacao qu'ils nous livrent régulièrement. Camille Bloch verse une prime additionnelle pour la formation et pour du matériel, comme par exemple un local informatique dans lequel les jeunes peuvent se familiariser avec les ordinateurs. Il y a également des films didactiques pour apprendre les bonnes pratiques de l'agriculture. Les moyens mis à disposition des paysans leur permettent d'augmenter leur rendement et ainsi d'améliorer leurs revenus.
Now let's continue with the journey of our cocoa beans. After the beans are put into sacks, the farmers take them to the head of the village, who has the mission of weighing the merchandise. The weight determines the amount that will be paid to the producer. The sacks are then identified, marked, and stored. Cocoa from different villages is then grouped in a centralised district warehouse before being transported to Europe by boat. But first, a more official inspection is carried out by state employees. The humidity, the average size of the beans, the quality of the merchandise, everything is taken into consideration. After all the checks are finished, the merchandise is officially registered and the bags are sealed before leaving for Europe. After transiting through Amsterdam, the port of reference for cocoa, the beans are transported by lorry to Courtelary. Stored in huge sacks, commonly known as big bags, the cocoa is deposited in a warehouse.
À chaque arrivage, nous prélevons un échantillon de contrôle. Nous vérifions la taille des fèves, nous faisons une coupe pour vérifier si la fermentation a été bien faite. On prépare une pure pâte qu'un groupe de dégustateurs spécifiquement formés goûte et valide.
The production phase begins when the big bags are emptied into a hopper. The cocoa beans go onto a vibrating conveyor belt and are fanned so that any foreign bodies are removed. They are then transported to the roaster, a device that allows the beans to be roasted for around 20 minutes at 140 degrees. It's an important stage, as it is during torrefaction that the aromas are released. Hazelnuts are roasted in the same way, but without their shells. They are then added either whole or in the form of a hazelnut paste. After roasting, the beans are cooled before the next stage, cracking, which allows the husk to be separated from the nib, the heart of the seed. The nibs are then mixed with sugar and milk, two elements that are essential for manufacturing chocolate, before going on to the conching stage, the mixing of the mass of cocoa with the cocoa butter.
La qualité se distingue tout d'abord par le goût. Un goût recherché, raffiné, clairement différent de tous les autres chocolats. Mais il y a aussi le nom, un nom qui véhicule de l'émotion et qui fait que le chocolat sort clairement du lot.
Ragusa are still made according to a traditional method. The chocolate is simply poured into molds in two thin layers, surrounding a delicious hazelnut paste and whole hazelnuts. The big Ragusa bars are then cooled, and the molds are turned over. The bars are now ready to be cut. Ragusa, in its different forms, is then protected by aluminium foil before being packaged, then boxed. For Torino branches, the coating is carried out in two stages. First the bottom, then the complete coating, alternated with cooling phases. The branches are then weighed and wrapped in aluminium foil before being stored in boxes. Other products are also made in Courtelary, which highlights the innovative drive of Camille Bloch. Thanks to this everyday commitment, Camille Bloch staff perpetuate values based on the quality and respect of the products. An easy way to make us understand and enjoy the great adventure of bean to chocolate.